time for Cigar Talk, the fastest growing cigar show in the nation.
Welcome back to Cigar Talk. I'm your host, Rob Jones. We got Bryant Falconer in the studio. Dude, Happy New Year, man.
Happy New Year, man.
How
Welcome
you
to
been?
2022.
22, man.
22.
Double deuce. This is the double deuce
The
year.
double deuce.
It's like Emmitt Smith. It's going to be
Oh,
great.
Lord.
You can say, oh, you know what? You're wearing a 49er. I get it. But dude,
Every time
I
we
don't-
turn around, you find some way of bringing them cowgirls in this, man.
you know what? That is not true. That is not true.
I want to find
look at what I'm
one
wearing.
episode
Hey,
where the
Larry,
Cowboys are not in it.
Am I wearing a Cowboys jersey? No. Now flip it back over. Who's bringing who where? Look at that. You got a hat.
Present.
I mean, dude, I don't want to tell people what's
Dude,
down
it's
below.
it's 27 degrees outside.
It is cold. It is cold. So anyway, didn't your guys get beat?
No.
Last game? I thought they did. Who'd they play?
Some other team in the NFL. We still have a chance.
Okay.
We are the 6th seed at this moment.
here's-
But here, after this comes out, we may not be the 6th seed anymore.
And for you guys listening that are not Cowboys, not sports fans,
Yeah.
this is going to be just a second. So anyway,
Let me preface that just a second.
I'm like, they're like, well, I didn't know I was listening to a damn sports show. And we'll keep it quick, Adam. Anyway, no, dude, I looked up. The Cowboys are 11-4.
Blew your.
I was like,
Way out the water.
okay. You know what? I still.
And have a chance to be the first seed.
Let me tell you something. I'm not buying it.
You say just wait till the playoffs start.
And I get it. You know what? Part of me, I regrets not being able to jump on that bandwagon and enjoy the hype. But here's what I know from experience, because I've done that.
You say
You jump on the bandwagon, the hype is amazing, and then first week of the playoffs, you're home.
you're like, man, it's over.
They lied.
Oh yeah, look at it. They lied to us. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And the funny thing is, on Instagram the other day, I saw somebody post a video, and it was the Cowboys and the Washington football team that about to play. And I said in the comments, let's not get too excited. It's the Washington Redskins and the
football
entire NFC East sucks, except for the Cowboys
at this time. That's
and
correct.
the guy was like, somebody responded and said, well, don't discount the fact that Washington beat Tom Brady. And I was like, okay.
And Detroit won 2 games too. So what do you mean? Is it consistent? No. So you don't build off that.
And that was before the game.
Yeah.
After the game, I was like, I think we won like 46-7.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it's Washington.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure a couple of college teams could roll into D.C.
Alabama and Georgia.
Yeah.
And roll right back out with wins. So,
and I don't know if that's always been a, deep conversation for some. Could the best all-time ever college team beat the all-time worst NFL team?
Yep.
I would say yes.
Yep.
You would probably have to go back to like the 60s or before. I don't think any team since the 70s and up could be beat by a college team.
I do. Miami, back in the
80s?
Yeah.
Miami
could be.
Well, I'm going to argue with you one thing. To be fair, the Hurricanes were semi-pro.
But they were college.
They were okay.
They were college.
You get it there.
And today they could beat Detroit. I believe they could beat Chicago.
Dude, half of the Cowboys in the winning teams came from the Hurricanes.
For real. True.
I mean,
Jimmy,
you're
telling the truth.
Yeah, Jimmy Johnson.
Because he already knew what was there, and he knew how to coach those guys.
Right.
And he got the best out of all of them.
Boom.
I mean, truly out of all of them.
Yeah.
So,
Anyway, enough about football.
Yes, sir.
I'm not believing. So
don't believe, as Flavor Flav said, don't believe the hype, baby.
Don't believe the hype.
Don't believe the hype. Wait until after the Super Bowl. If they win it, then you can ride that. You can ride that wave. Then.
You know what? I'll like celebrate like you ain't never seen when the final tick at the Super Bowl
It
clock.
has to be 0-0-0.
It can be 40-0.
Somebody can come back.
I was at a game that the Cowboys were up 13-0. Had 2 minutes and 14 seconds
yeah, I
left,
remember that. They
and Mark
lost.
Bruner threw 2 80-yard bombs back to back.
Yep, and won the game. Yeah, I understand.
And I had driven from Houston
to see that game
on a Monday night.
Yeah.
It was a long drive home. Anyway, enough about football. Hey, what are you smoking, bro?
I'm smoking a gift from you, the Nica Libre.
Oh, cool.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I'm smoking the 25th anniversary Nica Libre, and I don't know if you know. I don't know who does that one. You know, they have like one that's done by Aganorsa Leaf. This one's done by AJ Fernandez.
Okay.
And I'm a fan.
I hear you.
I'm a fan.
I love this one too.
And then tell everybody what you're drinking. Show them the bottle, big boy. Don't be shy. He's got the Woodford Reserve.
Woodford.
Yeah, man. That's you know what?
It diluted that mold that you were smoking.
I already made it. I already told you I'm not drinking today.
That's why I'm glad.
You know what?
I'm leaving it over here.
It's you know, my
For
brother,
me and Larry.
My brother texted me earlier today, and he's like, "Hey, brother, did you do any New Year's resolutions?" And I was like, "Yeah, my resolution is that 2022 is going to be better than 2021.
It should be.
That's all."
Yeah.
I don't. You know what? That's the extent. Is my resolution is it's gonna be a good year.
I don't have resolutions. I go into the year with that mindset.
Yeah,
that it's going to be better than last year.
And I mean, at this time of year, I like to reflect on the last year and go.
True.
I like to look through and be like, "This was good. This was good. This was good."
I
you know what?
Do this again.
Yeah, don't put the after show on as the regular show.
Ever again.
Ever as a one timer.
Ever
again. But no, I like to reflect and remember the good parts of the year.
Most definitely.
You know, I mean,
most definitely.
And on top of that, it has nothing to do with the year.
Oh, no.
Life is like, I mean, we don't stop and take a break once a year, you know, before we swap over to the next round.
There's no break in it.
Right.
It just keeps going.
It's like time.
No, most definitely.
Can't get any more of it.
Consistent. Yes, true. As they say, everybody has an expiration date.
I'm drinking tea for those.
And he is actually drinking tea. There's nothing in that but tea.
So, you know, I've done some soul searching.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. And let me tell you.
How many priests did that take?
It was scary in there.
I can believe it. I can't believe it, bro.
3 priests died.
And one became Presbyterian.
And one of them like turned green and threw up. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to stop drinking.
You just going to slow it down a little bit?
No. I've done some reflection, and I've decided that
there was no problem.
The amount of alcohol that I have been drinking is about what's perfect for me.
So I'm going to keep that level.
Yeah, so if you have any comments in the show notes about my amount of drinking, just know that I don't care. You know what I'm saying?
He took that comment from that leaving Patreon and said,
no,
you know what?
No. We had another comment on YouTube.
For real?
Yeah, the dude said, "Rob, you're drinking too much."
Oh, my goodness.
And so I you know what? I was like, you know what? I appreciate someone's honest opinion. I'm going to reflect. And what I discovered is he was wrong. You know what I'm saying?
To move on.
He was wrong. Hey, so let's jump on over to our sponsors right quick.
Definitely.
We got The Leaf in Abilene, Texas, and that's at 1166 North 2nd Street.
Yes.
And if you're within 30 miles, I promise you it's worth the trip.
There's no
place like home.
Tell the truth.
No place like home.
We were talking earlier about that, and you go out and sometimes you just won't even go anywhere because you know what you have at home and you don't want to get disappointed. I know what I have at home. I know what it's going to be like. I go here and it's like.
And you know, let me tell you something about The Leaf. And I know we brag on Jay and his staff all the time, and it's well deserved.
Yes.
But a big part of what The Leaf has also is a really good cigar community.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's like we are part of the Leaf. We enjoy it to a level to when someone else comes in, they've never been there, we make them ride it home.
Yeah, welcome them in.
And let me tell you what's so special about the Leaf is that Jay fosters that type of community. So it all works.
Because that's the mindset.
Right.
That's
I mean, I go into some cigar shops and there's some guys in there that don't give two shits if you're going to come and stay, if you've been new or whatever. So, you know, and I'm not knocking. I mean, go enjoy, do whatever. And if you feel obligated or, you know, you don't want to be that, don't do it.
That's true.
I want to be that. I love being in the humidor and like someone walking around, you see that like lost dog look and you're like, hey man, what are you smoking? And then you strike up a conversation. Next thing you know, you're like, wow, I've never smoked that. I'll try it. Or, well, if you like this, man, I think you might like this. And so it's just like, boom, now you're part of the community.
And that's what we all try to do.
Right.
That's the Leaf.
So look down the show notes. You can give them a call. They have a humidor that we like to call Noah's Ark because it's that freaking big. And it's all wood.
And you walk in there and you say hello, and there's an echo. Hello, hello, hello.
It's like that humidor and a pirate's leg.
No. I hear somebody in there walking out. Click, don't, click, don't.
You know, I'm not going to go there.
Thank you.
I'm going to save that. I'm going to save that for the after show.
Oh, Jesus.
Remind me, I got a story for you about St. Louis. Anyway.
Oh, my God.
Your hometown.
Leave it alone, man.
And then our other sponsor is Case Elegance.
Case Elegance.
Dude, how about that military footlocker humidor you got?
I love it. I went into it today again, and it's just like hitting those latches on the side and peeling that top and just go,
I actually think that you got the best one.
I love it.
I mean, and you know, I wanted that one. You know, when I pulled
no.
2022,
leave that guilt in 2021.
I'm not guilty.
You are.
I happily told you.
Then why you keep bringing it up?
Because I have a point to make. That's why. I'm not just guilting you.
Yes,
That's a byproduct, and I'm enjoying it. Yes.
Side effect.
Right. But no, you know why I love that humidor?
Why?
It doesn't look like any other humidor.
Nope.
You know what I mean? Nobody makes one that even, you know, and I love the Ocador. It's beautiful. But that one, when you see it,
and it's mine.
It's a beautiful piece too.
It is.
They took the idea of a military footlocker and made it beautiful.
Yes.
And I'm like,
elegant.
Yeah. And I mean, dude, I would never in a million years think to do it like that.
To me, the beauty of it is it does its job, and it does it perfectly.
Well, let me tell you something, though. When those came in the mail, I opened the two in front of my wife, and I was like, Bryant's going to want this one. And you know what my wife said?
What was that?
Well, give it to him.
Thank you, Miss B.
And then you know what I did? I gave you your choice.
Yeah.
Because I was like, come on, don't pick it.
Choose the other one. And I was like, oh, that looked like a footlocker. I was like, I want that one. You was like, I knew you were going to pick it. Yep.
But that is a very beautiful case. And I mean, so if you guys haven't checked out the humidors that Case Elegance carry, they're top of the line. And they do beautiful, beautiful work.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just awesome. And Larry's got a travel case that's beautiful. It's leather.
Supple leather.
Supple.
It's not just leather, it's supple leather.
I like to say it's supple.
Get us in trouble.
Oh, that's my Elvis.
Lemonade. Stick with that.
Fair enough. So anyway, look down the show notes. There's a link for Case Elegance. You use the code, and I'll have it in the show notes as well. Cigar Talk Coin. You'll get a medallion that also has our logo. Mm-hmm. Flip it over, and it's got their logo. It's badass. And like just now, they are getting, and don't quote me on this because it may be they're getting it like after Monday, but it might not be for 2 weeks. The blackout coin that's going to be our logo, their logo, but it's blacked out.
Blacked out.
So that I can't wait to
Murdered
see.
out.
I haven't even, the murdered out. The Murder Nova. Dude, don't you love that ride?
I love it. And there's a Chevelle just like
the Murder Chevelle.
Oh,
yeah.
You talking about some bad rides, man. You just see them on the road.
Dude, let me tell you the baddest ass Chevelle I've ever seen.
What's that?
Not beautiful wise.
Bad. I know
Bad.
what you're saying. Yeah.
It's got like, what is it, what's that, 592?
Mm-hmm.
It's got a 592, and it's got 2 giant turbos
on it. What they running about,
1,200 horse. And they got the video ride, and when he guns it, it sounds like
ecstasy.
Ecstasy. You're just like, that's bad. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Your legs start shaking. You're like, hold on, wait a minute, stop. Man, I've ridden in a Nova, 68 Nova, 350 4-bolt, and he hit it. And it's wild because he had a pull-out stereo in it. And he hit it from a dead stop at the stoplight. The stereo shot into the back seat. And I was in the seat like this. I kept trying to pull myself forward, and I couldn't. When he went into second gear, it threw me forward and back. I was like, I got to get out of this. I had IROC. I thought I was bad with my IROC. I said, I ain't going nowhere near this thing, man.
Dude, that's how it was when a buddy of mine at work had a Subaru WRX.
WSX.
Whatever.
WSX.
Anyway, I'm not a fan, but, he says, hey, let me take you for a ride. All-wheel drive. Yep. Dude, we're going down a 2-lane highway. I look over, we're doing 156 entering a long curve. And I was like, no. I'm like, I'm good. I'm good.
He tapped out. You tapped out?
Oh, I tapped out. I was like, the fastest I'd ever been before that was 145. But when I look over and it's 156 and we're going into a
curve,
good curve,
I'm not trying to find out. I believe you. It's fast.
I'm a better driver than I am passenger.
Me too.
I mean, at least for my well-being, because when you're driving, I don't know what you're doing. With me, even if I do some dumb shit, at least I know.
Yeah.
That's
me. That's why you see me always driving.
Same.
I just can't. I don't trust everybody. I don't. Being a cop, you can't trust everybody. I've seen too many accidents where, oh man, I thought I had. That's the problem. You thought you had.
I don't trust other people because I know how I drive. I mean, I know there's a lot of people out there that's, fuck it.
True.
Boom.
There it is. It's gone. It's gone.
We were on a roll. Dang.
Till we start reminiscing about classic cars.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? We're going to take a quick break. We've got a special guest.
Yes.
We've got Julio Gonzalez.
He even laughed at that.
Anyway, we have a good friend from the Leaf that has a lot of cigar experience, and we love to see what other people's perspectives are on all things cigars. So we're going to take a little quick break. We'll be right back with Julio Gonzalez. Hey guys, thanks for hanging through the break. As promised, Julio Gonzalez. What's up, brother?
So it's not Julio.
Okay, let me try it one more time. It's Julio.
Oh, no, not Julio.
No?
It's not Julio either.
Oh, what is it?
Yeah, it's Carlos.
Oh.
A little bit different.
Close.
A little bit different in the vowels.
Carlos. There's an O in there.
There is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Julio Carlos. You know what? That could be your porn name. Julio Carlos.
There's no pun there.
No. There's no pun.
I don't know that it works for that.
So anyway, man, thanks for taking the time to join us on the show. I mean, you had no idea what you were in for.
Correct.
So we want to say thanks for coming over, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate the invite.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, so, I think I met you probably about a year ago. Does that sound about right?
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
And you were with Keegan when you came in, or when I met you.
Yes.
I mean, y'all weren't like together. But...
Yeah, no, I brought him. To the leaf.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you were married. I mean, y'all were together.
Well, I don't know about the leaf thing. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so Keegan was on the show.
Yes, you did tell me that.
We gave him a hard time too.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, though, I see you at the Havana Room.
Mm-hmm.
We're at the Leaf hanging out, smoking cigars.
Yeah.
And I see you smoke a lot of interesting cigars, and what I mean by that is you're not pigeonholed into one cigar.
Correct.
So how long have you been smoking cigars?
Since I was 19.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
How did that, he's saying, get to the
closer,
mic.
closer,
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, I mean, how did you get started at 19? What year was that? Like 1912? I mean, sorry, I meant 2012.
I'm 33 now, so
don't ask him to do math.
yeah, not right now.
It would be like 12. I think it would. No, yeah. I'm right. Nobody in this room can do that math on the fly.
Yeah, no, that's too much right now.
So anyway, how'd you get started? I mean, at 19, I never even thought about cigars at 19.
Yeah, I had some friends. They invited me over to smoke some cigars, and I had never smoked anything, cigarette or anything, and I still haven't smoked a cigarette till now, ever. And they wanted to start me off light, so they gave me an acid blondie.
Ooh.
And I enjoyed it. It was different.
Yeah, because, I mean, at 19, you have a whole different perspective of life. It's like, you know what? I'm 19. I'll try anything.
Yeah, that was it. But they forgot to tell me one important thing, which was
not to inhale.
Not to inhale. Yeah.
Ooh.
So smoked that whole thing, went to stand up, and fell right back down.
Well, while we were on break, I had a small inhale. Have you ever done that?
Yes.
And I had retrohaled.
Yeah.
And I didn't get it all out. So when I breathed back in, I was like, ooh, okay.
Yeah. The whole time I was thinking, I was like, I got to be tough. I can't be,
Right.
I can't act like I'm this weak and, my eyes.
And then you're they don't say, hey, don't do that.
Yeah. No, they didn't tell me a thing. They just thought, oh, your eyes are red. And I was like, yeah, it's allergies. So,
wow. I mean, they just let you keep inhaling?
they didn't know.
Wow.
I was just inhaling and smoking it and the way I thought to smoke.
So have you ever been out to Perini's Ranch?
I have, yes.
Do you know Tom, the owner out there?
No.
Tom's an old guy, good guy.
Mm.
And I don't know how long he smoked cigars. I know for a very long time.
Yeah.
And every week he would come into the shop and buy a box of Arturo Fuente 858s.
Mm-hmm.
And he never stopped though. He was like in and out.
Right.
But he sat down one day, we started talking, and I was watching him, and I mean, dude, just like you would a cigarette, inhaling an Arturo Fuente 858.
Whoa.
And I was just like, you know what? He's an old guy. I'm a young guy.
Yeah.
I have zero business telling him anything.
Right.
So I just don't say a word.
Yeah.
I'm like, you shouldn't do that, but I'm not going to say.
Yeah.
Because he's been smoking for as, long as I've been in Abilene or longer.
And he wasn't choking up or anything.
Just shooting the breeze. I can't imagine. I mean, dude.
No, I choke up with a Connecticut, let alone something like that.
Yeah. So anyway, did you pick it up and start smoking from that point forward, or did you dabble, or did you quit and then come back around to it? I mean, how was your experience?
No, I actually stopped. That was a pretty awful experience for me.
Yeah. You left there and it was like, cigars suck.
Yeah, exactly. So I didn't start again until I was 25, I believe, 24, 25. And that's when I started into the non-flavored
cigars.
Right. Which now I won't go back. Now I can't do the flavored cigars. But
oh, yeah. Dude, just when I've accidentally picked up a cigar that I didn't know was the sweet tip, I'm like, oh, no, that's not for me.
Yeah. A couple of weeks ago, I picked up some kind of Java.
Oh, yeah. I you know what? I didn't know that they were like that. I thought it was like, probably goes good with coffee.
Right. Hints of coffee.
Right.
Flavor. Right.
And dude, it's like what? French vanilla.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Yeah.
It was awful.
Yeah. Probably the second time I've ever put down a cigar and walked away.
Now, do you drink your coffee black?
Yes.
Okay. See, yeah. I mean, is there any other way?
Depends on the coffee.
No. Here's my policy on coffee is that it doesn't need anything, and if it does, I don't need to drink it. You know what I mean? I don't go the other way. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to have tea. I'm going to have water. I'm not drinking shitty coffee.
Well, we camp a lot, and sometimes when you go camping, you don't have the right ingredients.
Right.
So when I have to drink something like Folgers, I'll put some creamer in there because the bitterness of that is.
I won't drink Folgers. See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. No compromises.
No compromises on my coffee.
Yeah.
And now I'll tell you this. I was on my Christmas vacation at my mother-in-law's, and she doesn't have a regular type coffee maker. And it's one of those, whatever. You stick a little thing in and.
Keurig.
Yeah. And like, if you drink Keurig coffee, you're not a coffee drinker, okay? Let me just tell you that. And I took a drink and I was like, that is awful water with a hint of coffee.
Absolutely.
And so I was like, no, I can't drink that. Yeah. And so, if I can't. So when I go camping though, we just don't drink coffee.
I got to have some coffee.
I would love to. But I'm not carrying all my shit out there. The grinder and the overpour. Yeah.
That's extra, yeah.
So, anyway, yeah. Did you hear that? He called me extra.
Well.
I'm not extra. I would. I'm a little extra to take. But, no. So, kind of like Larry. Anyway, no. So, it's like, I would love it if I could go camping and have like somebody there that made campfire badass coffee.
Right.
But none of my friends know how to do any shit.
Yeah.
We're all
that way. That's a process you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, when did you start hanging out at the Leaf? When did you originally go to the Leaf? Because I don't bam, I met you, but it seemed like in conversations, it seems like you'd been going longer than what I had ever met you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, about 6 years.
No shit.
Yeah.
So, dude, you've been coming the whole time that I've been here. Well, it's been about 6 years for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I don't remember ever seeing you in there until I met you with Keegan.
Right. Well, I go through phases where I'll smoke at home. I won't leave the house. But I usually go in the evenings and I stick around about 2 hours.
Yeah.
And I leave. So I'm not there too long.
Yeah.
I've been going a lot more recently.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah.
I go a little more often than you do.
Yeah. The whole Leaf being closed for all of 2020, that taught me, I was like, no, I got to go more.
Yeah. It was like for the first 3 months, it wasn't a big deal to me.
Right.
Because, I would just come in here and smoke. So it wasn't like I didn't have an indoor facility to enjoy cigars.
Gotcha.
But after about 3 months, dude, I was like, you know what? It kind of sucks is not being able to go hang out with everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I would have people come over here and smoke, but it's just not the same when you're just running into random friends that you haven't seen in a while.
Yeah, the social aspect of it, especially at the Leaf, because everyone's pretty much
friendly.
Family there.
Right.
It doesn't matter if you don't know them, you say hi. You get to know the people.
Right. And that's what I was saying earlier about, we're fortunate to have Jay as owner and the great staff. But also it has a really good community.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I imagine there's several places around the country that have that.
Yeah.
And then there's a few that, that's not their thing. Some cigar places are just, come in, get your cigars and leave.
Yeah. No, you feel, you don't feel like you're a stranger when you walk into the Leaf.
Oh, no, not at all.
Yeah. No, it's a very comfortable environment.
When you walk in the front door, and let's say there's 8 people smoking up front.
Right.
6 of those people are going to say, "Hey, how's it going?"
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And most of the time, 100% will. But on the average, you're 1 or 2 people be talking.
Yeah, it's like cheers.
It really is.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, hanging out in the Havana room,
Right.
dude, that feels like I'm in my own home.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's like, what's cool about the Leaf is I can have friends over and I don't have to clean up the shit.
That's
You know what I mean? It's
that
like,
is a benefit. Yeah.
I don't have to stay here and clean up.
Right.
So, I mean, not that I'm leaving messes everywhere, but you know
Right.
what I'm saying.
Right.
So where did you grow up, man?
I grew up in Los Angeles, California.
No shit. Wow.
Mhm.
East LA.
No. No.
It's like, come on, man, Cheech and Chong, dude.
No, not there. We had family that lived in that area, and it was,
I know zero about California.
yeah.
I know I went there once, didn't care for it, and I was only there for like 5 days, but I didn't care for it.
That's a long time. What part?
Los Angeles,
Oh, yeah. Well,
because my parents were dumb. They're like, "Hey, we got a vacation. Let's go to Los Angeles." You're like,
right.
why?
Yeah, no. No, California.
San Diego, San Francisco, maybe, Napa Valley, those, but
Yeah. No.
Los Angeles is like a concrete just slab.
Well, and that's what I tell all my friends who want to go there. I tell them, okay, avoid Los Angeles, the city, avoid Hollywood. Just go to the beach, go to Northern California, but avoid the big cities. If you do that, you'll absolutely love the state.
Yeah. I've got a few friends that live out there, and man, where they are, man, I love it.
No, it's beautiful.
And a good friend is going to actually be in town tomorrow. Zaka is from California. And, dude, where he lives is like desert. And then like his view is the mountains.
Yeah.
It's like, wow.
Yeah, that was, we lived, for a big portion of that, we lived in a city called Van Nuys, California. And it's a valley surrounded by mountains.
Really?
So going from there to Texas was a little bit of a shock.
And you went to Houston. Is that where you originally went?
No, we came straight to Abilene.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's almost as bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
well,
as far as you're going from what's beautiful to, mesquite trees.
right. It definitely has its own beauty. I've definitely grown to love this area.
And you know why you grow to love it?
Why is that?
Because it's so hard to find the good parts of Abilene that when you find it, it's like, I worked my ass off to find this. I love it.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, I'm kidding, Abilene.
Growing up in a bigger city, when I was a teenager and first moved here, God, I hated this place. I wanted nothing.
Oh,
but
so
to
you
leave.
were here growing up?
Yeah.
Okay, I
Yeah.
thought you meant you and your wife moved here.
No. I was 16 years in California.
So you moved here at 16.
Correct.
Which had to be just like,
It was
this
bad.
is bullshit.
Yeah.
Because you leaving every friend you know.
Exactly.
And now you're going to be in Texas.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
And I'm from California.
That was a big shock.
Yeah.
Big shock. The schools.
So how was it like going to school here as a complete stranger? I mean, were people like friendly or was it like real tough to get in?
No, people were friendly. I made friends pretty quickly. The culture was different. Just a whole different deal. I mean, my 9th grade class was over 1,000 people in California. And then I come here and it's, under a couple hundred.
Yeah.
So it was.
That was like, I graduated in a class of 466.
Mm-hmm.
My sister, who lived an hour north of here, when she graduated high school, she was in a class of 9.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. No, that was, and the size, my old school, covered 2 area codes. So it was a huge school. And then coming here and, little tiny schools here. But I grew to love it. I really did.
Yeah. For me, I grew up in Lubbock, which was like the best of both worlds.
Sure.
Like Have you been to Lubbock much?
I have, yeah.
So what was great about growing up in Lubbock was it was a city, but it was like a small town. You know what I mean? It wasn't like being in Dallas.
Sure.
You didn't have the level of crazy bullshit going on. So it was like just that small town atmosphere, but just about anything you wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I loved it out there except for the wind. And that's truly why I would never live there again.
The weather is extreme up there.
It's the wind blowing 40 miles an hour every day, and you're just getting sandblasted by the cotton fields.
Yeah.
Because you can't even see the length of a football field because there's so much dirt in the air.
Yeah, it's the first time I've ever experienced
a haboo.
Raining mud.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've been, dude.
Yeah.
It's not, so I still have family there, so I go visit, and I love going up there as long as it's not windy.
Yeah.
So you got to look at the weather before you go.
Sure.
So where's your wife from?
She's from Abilene.
Did you go to school together?
Yeah.
High school?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, who does that? How long have you been married?
Going on 13 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say 30. And I was like, my math is not great, but that's an easy one.
I'm married at 3 years old.
You're right. So that's cool. You got kids?
Mm-hmm.
How many kids you got?
Just one.
Okay.
Just one
boy, girl?
Boy.
And how old is he?
12.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what does he do?
As
He plays sports. Is he an attorney? What does your son do?
He's more into the computer deals and whatnot. Yeah, he's big into technology.
My son is really big into playing video games.
Yeah.
He's getting a scholarship to go play video games.
Oh,
Yeah.
what type? Like to go
Esports.
test them or?
No, esports.
Okay.
He's going to be on
Oh, he competes.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And so he's getting a scholarship to go to, well, it's not official yet, but
Right.
it looks like it for LCU in Lubbock.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's kind of cool that he's going to be living in Lubbock because I have two brothers there. I've got lots of family there. So it's like, it's good when your kid leaves town, you don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
But it's good to have family. So if he needs something immediately,
Right.
So, and I got some great family up there.
Yeah, keeping them close.
So, but the good news is, so when you came in, did you see right here was a mother-in-law apartment
Yes.
behind us?
Yes.
Okay, that's where my son lives.
Oh, okay.
So when he leaves, we're going to move the studio into there.
A lot more space, huh?
Oh, a lot more space and just, it's going to be a lot more comfortable.
Sure.
We a lot of times it's funny because we have people come over while we're doing the show and they are not even on the show.
Gotcha.
They just like to hang out because, it's a good time.
Absolutely.
And so when we move, we'll have more room for more friends.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have you met Ed?
I don't believe I have. I might have. I'm terrible with names.
He's really old, like 73.
Well, that's like
that doesn't narrow it down.
yeah, that's a big portion of
The Abilene population.
yeah, big retirement town.
Yeah. So, what do you smoke these days? I mean, what's some of your go-to sticks?
Michelob has been a big one here recently.
McAuliffe?
McAuliffe, sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. Julio Gonzalez.
For the last almost year now, I've smoked a lot of theirs because I'm trying to go through the passport.
Yeah. I say all the time, if you haven't done the passport, it's a great cigar journey.
It is.
Just going through their line of cigars.
It's a great guide.
It really is.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, everyone's palate is not going to like every blend,
Correct.
but it gives you that learning that every cigar smoker needs, that I think. You know what I mean? It's like, if you're not trying all of this, you're not allowing your palate to grow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, if you just smoke same old thing every time, that's fine. Do you?
Yeah.
It's 2022.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
do you, and whatever. But I got to have variety.
Yeah. No, my cigar choices are about the same as my music playlist I was telling you about.
Oh, nice.
It
nice.
is,
Good analogy right there.
Yeah. I have a wide variety of cigars and I try them all. That's the only way you could figure out kind of what you like or not like. And
oh, absolutely. And when you really got kind of like getting heavy into cigars, did you go down the path of like going dark Maduro right off the bat?
No.
Or did you actually grow to that and then circled back?
Correct. I started with Connecticut's. And
Wow.
it's still till now my favorite.
I love Connecticut's. Yeah. I absolutely love Connecticut's. But that when I started, I dove in as dark as it is and as big as it is, and it's like, because I'm going to look cool.
Yeah, no.
And then I smoked like a Christoph that had some spice, and I was like, that's what a cigar should be. You know what I mean? Because I was like, all of a sudden, because I never let my palate develop.
Sure.
I'm just used to hardcore nicotine every cigar. All of a sudden, I get a spice, which is one of the few blend or flavors that you would be able to notice as a newbie. I get, and that was like, oh, I like cigars. You know what I mean? Up until that point, I had just smoked on occasion. But once I got a taste of a blend, a note, I was hooked.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, now I'm in.
Yeah.
And so because that was the first note, I sought out the bold sticks that had spice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, because that's what I thought was a great cigar, because all of a sudden I could taste what I thought I should be looking for.
Right.
And so I went all the way dark. And then out of the blue one day, I was like, you know what? I'm going to try a La Galera Connecticut. Smoked it, loved it. I was like, this is like nothing else I have experienced. You know what I mean? Because I had been down the dark road.
Right.
And so experiencing a whole different flavor profile, but still being a very good experience.
Yeah.
I was like, now it's game on.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, I got to start trying shit.
Yeah. And when I first met Keegan, we were talking about what kind of cigars I liked or he liked. And I told him I like Connecticut's a lot. And he goes, you can't smoke those wussy things. You got to do these dark cigars.
Right. Because that was the mentality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, no, Keegan, it's, you got to smoke everything. You can't just do one thing. There's so many flavors out there.
Right. It's like, for me, every time I eat steak, it's not going to be a ribeye. I like to, I don't want to just have the same thing over and over.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to pour myself a little drink here. All right, now we're good. Anyway, so when you went from Connecticut's, what did you go to next?
I just started going by the color, not the bands. I've never been very.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
I mean, you're looking at the wrapper.
Yes, exactly.
And not the band.
Not the band.
And that's how I've always been too.
Right.
I won't say that there's never been a band that didn't catch my eye.
Oh, no, right.
But when I walk in, I'm completely looking at the wrapper. It's like, how dark is it? And I don't mean, is it dark? I just mean from the shades.
Right.
And I love it if I see an oily sheen.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Dude, you have a nice looking wrapper and some oily sheen.
Yeah.
I'm going to try it.
Yeah. Yeah. When I walk into other humidors, I'll look for the yellowing of the cellophane, right? And that's regardless of what's in that, it's probably what I'm going to smoke.
Yeah. And the age itself mellows that cigar to where it's just so nice, even if it's not like a top 50 cigar.
Correct.
You know what I mean? It's just like when you mellow out that stick to that degree, it's like, it's just good.
Yeah.
So I'm with you on the cellophane. But I'll tell you this. I wish every cigar in every box in a humidor had zero cellophane.
Okay.
when I see a cigar that doesn't have cellophane and you can see the light reflection because there's so much oil on that wrapper, I don't see that if there's cellophane on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when a cigar, look at that oil right there, dude.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And so when you can see that wrapper and you're like, yeah, I want to smoke that.
Also, the little dimples that develop.
Some cigars are wrapped in a way that they have the toothiness to it.
Yeah.
And then also, I mean, you can even have a wrapper that's smooth as silk, but the way they roll it, it's not perfectly round and it's still completely beautiful. Like the Cabinet 6 from LFD, even though I don't smoke it anymore because I think they ruined it. That's how it used to be. I mean, it was just a dark, oily wrapper, and there was like, you know, elbows poking out of the sides. I mean, there's like children ground up into it, you know? I'm just kidding. Just kidding. So anyway, so how do you feel about like the Habano wrapper? Sun-growns.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't have, other than the flavored ones, I don't have a cigar that I dislike.
Nice.
You know, I'm open to, every cigar has a different flavor profile. Those happen to be a little bit stronger.
They are a little stronger than Connecticut's.
Yeah.
But that's what I love about them is they're a little stronger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like on my typical day, I smoke a cigar with my coffee in the morning.
Yeah.
And it's 90% of the time Connecticut's. But, you know, I might smoke 2 Connecticut's in a row. And then after that, I'm ready for something different.
Absolutely.
And so going to a sun-grown is like, it kicks it up a notch.
Yeah.
But it still has almost like, well, it has its own unique flavor blends, but it's still just as complex as that Connecticut was.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's where I stay most of the time is in that medium zone.
That's fair. Yeah. Yeah. The dark, the later in the day it gets, the more likely I'm to smoke a darker cigar.
Right.
Yeah. Especially if I'm drinking.
Right. And, you know, for me, by the end of the day, I'm ready for a full-bodied cigar.
Yeah.
And now, when I say full-bodied, I don't mean full to the max. It can be anywhere from a medium plus to the max. You know what I mean? It's just a lot bolder than whatever else I had been smoking that day.
Yeah. A little bit more nicotine.
Yeah, yeah. And, you know, you feel it.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's like, it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go to bed anyway.
Yeah.
So, anyway, well, hey, man, thanks for coming on the show, bro.
Yeah.
Hopefully you'll come back and do it again.
Yeah.
Don't feel like shy.
No.
Okay,
No.
cool. He was like out of the clear blue. I was like, hey, man, you want to come over Saturday to be on the show? And he was like, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm always up for something different.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, we had talked before about a podcast for you.
Yes.
And unfortunately, that particular one might not be the best one to go into now.
What do you mean?
The Spanish-speaking cigar show.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a dude doing it.
Well, just one.
Well, that's true.
Or as far as we know.
Right.
Right. There's
I mean,
one, but
I never knew there was any until you brought it up.
Yeah.
And within a month, I found one just by accident.
right.
So, yeah, there may be.
Yeah, I looked. I couldn't really find anything. I'd have to get that name from you, who it was.
I'm connected to him on Instagram.
Okay.
I don't know his name. It's not Julio
It's
Gonzalez.
not Julio Gonzalez.
So, it's like Enrique or something. You know?
Yeah.
But I'll see if I can find it.
Yeah.
I'm horrible with Instagram because you don't know their real name. Like, you know,
Yes.
it's not like,
It's just a
hey,
username.
there's Bob, you know,
Right.
It's like some made up stuff. Like, at least mine has Rob in it.
Right.
Cigar Talk Rob.
Right.
So, I mean, some people just have like cigar themes, and I'm like, I don't have any idea. Who
Yeah.
that
What is your name? Who are you?
And then when we talk, a message back and forth, well, then like a week later, I'm like, I don't know who that was.
Right.
So that's why I don't like Instagram. But anyway, man, thanks for coming by the show, and I'm sure we'll see you at the shop soon.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, man. Hey, guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after a quick break, and we're going to have the Pick 6 of the week with me and Bryant. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hey guys, thanks for hanging through the break. Hope you enjoyed having old Julio Gonzalez on the show. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see him back one day. You know what I mean?
Get the man's name right.
I'm
Get the
thinking
man's
Julio
name right.
is doing La Vida Loca and smoking a cigar like a toca.
He calling
Hey,
you something in
so
Spanish, but it ain't La Vida Loca.
I gotta tell you something that I found out, and just by accident. It wasn't like a secret. It's just I hadn't talked to the dude in so long that I was blown away.
What's that?
You know Fabian, Dirty Fabian, the rock star of Drew Estates.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
The man.
You don't. I mean, like you've seen, there's like a contest for personality for the cigar industry. Dude would be like check every year.
Yeah.
You know. And anyway, I just happened to tell him Merry Christmas. Hadn't talked to him in a long time. We started chit-chatting a little bit. And I said, how's everything going? And he was like, I'm having a blast exploring the world of hookahs.
Ah.
And, you know, I would have never given that a second thought. But when Fabian tells me that, I'm like, you know
Maybe
what?
I'll try.
I'm always up for an experience. And so it kind of piqued my interest.
Is there a hookah bar in Abilene?
No.
Closest we find is the DFW.
I
know that there are a few in the DFW.
I don't know of anywhere out in West Texas past Weatherford, at least.
Okay.
Now, there may be one. I don't know.
You say one.
I know that I went to one.
Mm-hmm.
Kinda.
How do you kind of go to one?
So it was a Greek food restaurant.
Oh, and they did it in there.
And they had a side door that you could go into a hookah lounge, and they would,
Connected.
They do all your stuff for you.
Okay.
And I was kind of interested, but the guys that I was with, they were from work, and they were like not tobacco guys.
Gotcha.
And so they
couldn't be you.
No. So anyway, it kind of struck my interest, and but then I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
But Fabian telling me that he's exploring this world, I'm like, hey, I'm always down to try new things.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what it makes me always think of is, what is that cigar lounge down in Brenham, Texas? It's like it's not Montgomery. It's like something that starts with an M. hey, sounds like I don't remember. Marigolds or something like that. Marigolds, I believe, is the name of it. Anyway, Bruce is the owner.
Uh-huh.
The lounge looks like the 1960s or 50s in Vegas. I mean, it is like
lit up and everything. All the glitz.
furniture.
Yeah.
Like a turquoise blue leather couch, that's
spaced out.
Yeah, exactly. You remember.
Yeah.
Because that's the furniture that we had left over in the 70s.
Tell the truth. Walk in the house with shag carpet.
Right. But anyway, those guys, you've never been there.
No.
They have amazing cigars.
Mm.
And all of his cigars, he hand rolls.
Oh.
They don't. They bring in organic bales
of
leaves, and they roll every cigar that they sell. They don't sell anything other than that.
Wow.
And so it's a really unique experience because you walk in, or you're going back in time almost to like the Sinatra era of Vegas, going to a lounge, and dude, I was blown away because when he told me that he only had cigars in his shop that he rolled, I was like, well, these are going to suck. You know what I mean? I had very little confidence. I didn't know this guy.
I don't know you, dude.
I knew what I liked. And you know what? His cigars were completely different than what I was used to.
Gotcha.
And they were full of flavors that I had never, because I was in that phase.
Yeah.
But I can tell you what, his cigars are damn good.
Okay.
But he also, the reason I bring him up is because he also does hookah tobacco. And I was like, Yeah, I don't know nothing about that.
Me neither.
But anyway, so when Fabian was talking about that, I was like, dude, Bruce would be the guy to get some interesting hookah tobacco.
Yeah.
Would you be down?
Oh, yeah. I'll try it once.
I think we should.
As long as it's
set
legal,
it
I'll
right
try
here.
it.
Well, no, it's all legal.
I'm talking about just trying stuff.
Oh.
As long as it's legal, I'll try it once.
So, yeah, I think we should just set it right here on the table and have a show, man. I don't know what that would be. You know what? Because
like Rob and Bryant are going off the deep end.
well, you know,
are you sure that was hookah?
I went down the pipe road.
Yeah, me too.
I tried that, and it's not that I dislike it. It's just that
it's a lot of work.
It's a commitment.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
And guys that are really good at it, dude, they're badass at it. Me, I was always half-assed at it. So, and probably because I was not diving in deep enough. You know, I would smoke a pipe, and then I would smoke like 40 cigars, and then I would smoke a pipe. So it wasn't like
this was one day, folks.
No.
This wasn't in 2 or 3 trips. This was the same day.
No. But, yeah.
If people that know you, Rob, know you could. I wouldn't want to see you smoke 40 cigars, but if somebody dared you, I could see you taking that dare on, and I'm steady like, no.
For those of you who leave comments, I'm not smoking 40 cigars in a day.
Please don't. Please don't. Please don't.
I'm not. So
thank you.
And for the person who said I'm drinking too much, I'm pouring another one.
He grabs the bottle
because I love you. You know what? It tells me that you care.
Yeah, that's
you know
good.
What I mean?
Yeah,
and I
looking at it that way is good. Yeah,
I joke about it would offend me. I don't get offended. I mean,
we know that.
I sometimes
you offend. You don't get offended.
I sometimes offend myself just to make sure I'm still offendable.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You just practicing your offenses for other folks. Well, ain't nobody
welcome to the
this.
show,
yeah,
Bob.
Yeah. Or Julio Gonzalez.
I'm gonna get him a T-shirt.
Oh man,
Julio. Larry says I don't wear T-shirts, but I'll wear that. Julio.
Hey man, let's get to our pick 6. Bro.
Oh, rush me.
No.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go first.
Wow.
Well,
it's 15 degrees in Texas. That's why he's going first.
Hell has frozen. Hell has frozen over.
And Rob's going first.
And I got to remember. Because, but anyway, I got to save that to the end because you know what? I am going to rank them.
Oh.
So coming in at number 3 this week is the My Father's Legrano Fuerte.
Yeah.
Solid
stick.
stick.
Yeah.
Solid stick. Mm-hmm. And
consistent.
I think that if you enjoy the My Father series, it's a no-brainer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But even if you don't, I think it's worth a try because I think it is one of their most complex sticks.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a medium, maybe a medium plus. Anybody can smoke it.
Yep.
Except Julio. But, to me, it's probably one of the best My Father series cigars. And so that's number 3 this week. Number 4.
Wait a minute, number 4? You need to be going the other way, bro.
Sorry. Number 2.
Oh my God.
I knew it was one number on the side of the 3.
Which direction?
Hey,
turn me around.
Hey. Larry's like, reel it in. Reel it in. We just like to have fun around here. Hey, so this week, a Connecticut for me is number 2.
Okay.
And it is the Tabanero Connecticut Robusto. Did I give you one of those? Yes, that's
it.
That's it right there. Yeah. Let me know after you smoke that. Julio is real big on Connecticut, so I want to get his honest opinion.
Carlos is
Julio Carles.
Dude, you are something else, man.
You didn't know that I had a Latino accent.
You don't. That's the problem.
Fair enough. Okay, so number 1 this week.
Makes your number 1.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, this is not even close. It's by far the best Roma Craft I've ever smoked.
Which one is that?
It was the Craft 2019.
The one that Zeka gave us.
Dude, have you smoked it
Nope.
yet? Holy crap.
Nope.
If you don't want to smoke it.
Oh, I want to. I'm holding on to that.
Well, I'd never smoked it. And, I tend to, and it comes in a Lonsdale, which, by the way, dude, I'm all over a Lonsdale. That's like taking me to the brink of a Lancero. And I'm not a big fan of
we know
Lanceros,
that.
but you take me right to the edge. It's exciting.
I got you.
But, dude, that cigar was amazing.
Okay.
Have you had it?
I got it, but I haven't smoked it.
Have you ever had one before?
Nope.
Wow.
Nope.
It sucked. Why don't you?
I will find out then.
If you want to,
I won't take your word for it.
Dude, that's a cigar that I honestly like. If I had smoked it before I put out my list, it would be in the running for the top 3.
Wow.
Yeah, it was that good.
Okay.
So anyway,
you set an expectation for me on it.
You know what? I didn't even name this stick.
Yeah. And that is a bad
And
one.
I've been on this, dude, because I was on vacation. I have smoked like 5 of these.
You said you were going to enjoy your vacation.
I did, dude. I did. Hey, guys. Also, this is the first show after the New Year's.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, brother.
You
Happy New Year, Carlos. Happy New Year, Larry.
All you guys, man.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Cigar Talk had no. Cigar Talk has blessed me in so many ways. And one of the biggest ways is the community that we have locally and extended out in La La podcast
in the world.
land.
Yeah. It has. And he's talking like he's going second, so he's adding everything. So he's taking away from my list time now.
Oh, sorry.
But I'm going to do what you did. I'm gonna rank them.
Okay, good. I'd like to, I think that we should always rank from now on. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, this joke should never be told again.
That is true.
Oh, you haven't heard my
And
joke.
you don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear it. Let it go. Don't even let it pique your.
Julio.
So my number 3 coming in this week. All of my cigars this week were presents for Christmas.
Good Christmas.
Yes. And coming in number 3 was the Roma Craft Neanderthal from the Weasel Fest pack that I received. It reminded me why I love that Neanderthal. It really did. It brought everything back to me. The flavor.
Which one was it?
The Roma Craft Neanderthal.
I know, but which Vitola?
Shit, I got to remember the Vitola now.
When I go with the Neanderthal, and I haven't had any of the limited
all
editions,
of them were the same.
It's not a limited edition, so I'm sure there's some out there that I would love to smoke that I haven't even seen. But okay, that's like a grand perfecto. Or a double perfecto. But anyway, the genetic deformity.
Yeah, we know.
That's like a 4.25, and it gets up.
Know.
Yeah, that's a great stick.
We know.
Anyway, go ahead.
Number 2 on my list was a gift also. The Levia V Melanio Reserva Limitada. Melanio Reserva Limitada. And my thing was, I
now is that
don't
the
know
Figurado
which
Vitola
it was.
How long was it?
This is it.
Said. Oh, so that's like a petite Robusto or a petite Corona. Yeah. Yeah, towards the camera. Like anybody can see that shit. Thanks, Larry. Anyway, that dude, I am. That's what I love about this Padron 1926 Hermosa that's supposed to be for Zeka, but I'm smoking. I didn't
want to say that.
You know what? Zeka's been on the show.
Yeah. So he knows how you
I
are.
wanted him to experience what it's like to be Bryant.
True.
I told him I was going to have it for him, but I'm smoking it.
Today, you told him, you'll be here tomorrow. Well, I don't know. You did say that, though. I don't know if it'll make it till tomorrow.
Right. And he knows me.
actually did not make it. So this is
I
was
may
true
or
to
may
his
not
word.
make it to the Leaf to buy one tomorrow for him, just because, I do like to be a man of my word. You know
Dude,
that.
You are something else, young man.
All right, so what's number one? Can we get
number
a drum
one?
roll? I'll put in the sound effect. Please don't make that sound again.
It was the Tatuaje Special Halloween edition.
Wow. Where did you get that?
It was a present
From who?
my wife.
No way.
Yes, sir.
Where?
She got it from the Leaf. She got the pack from the Leaf.
Wow.
And
Dude, I didn't even know that was available.
Oh man, you talking about a bad stick,
Dude,
baby.
let me tell you what. It
What?
there are a lot of cigar companies that I want to try their cigars, but Tatuaje was never one of those for me. I was like, I've smoked a couple. They were all right. After Zeka was just going on and on about them, I was like, dude, if he likes them so much, they must be really good.
There it is.
And so I have not had that stuff. But I can tell you this, that the ones I started smoking since Zeka turned me on, the Fausto, dude, I'm all over that stick.
Yes, sir.
And that's a medium plus. Medium plus. And it is delicious.
It's delicious. This one was too.
And I love it because it's like a 4x50.
And the thing I hate is I can't get another one.
Yeah. That's
I
the
can't
sad
get another
part.
one. Yeah, I can't get another one. So that was my 3 for this week.
That's a good list. Real good list.
Yeah.
So I wanted to discuss one more thing before we go.
Okay.
Are we doing on time, Larry? Oh.
See, I'm done with that.
He's like,
You're
I gotta
already
go
outside
watch
of
that movie. Just so you guys know, Larry watches a movie with a lady every Saturday night. I don't know what kind of movies they're watching,
And he makes sure we don't take him over that time.
right. So, and we want to respect that.
Yes.
There's not much we respect, but time is one of them sometimes. But anyway, what I want to talk about was 2021.
Dog.
We lost a lot of really great famous people in 21.
Even up to the last day.
The last day, Betty White. And she might have been the legend of all legends that passed in 21.
Man, my son is 25. And Betty White, he said that was going to be his baby mama. That's how much of an effect she had on everybody. My son is 25 years old. He knows about, he had a love for a woman that was 99 years old because he just enjoyed what she did on television, what he saw.
You know what her biggest asset was?
What's that?
That she, in what I know of her, and I'll be the first to say, I've never had any sexual relations with that woman. But she was full of life. Dude.
She was.
I mean,
she said,
no matter what age she was full of life. And when you can be around someone that is like that, that person's a star.
She said in her 99s, she was the luckiest broad on 2 feet. For a person to look at life like that, man, that's somebody you want to be around, man. That's somebody you want to be around.
Right.
And she had some other quotes that were, NSFW, not safe for work.
Yeah.
But it was just like, that was her.
Right.
And then I read one story about when she had her show in the 1950, started in 1950 with the 1954. She was the first to bring a black dancer on her show. And the southern states sent letters saying that she had to get rid of him. She said, no, he ain't going nowhere. He's staying. And she actually put him in more skits after the letters.
Right.
And then she was a World War II. She was in the Army.
Right.
She served.
She was, and that is just in her freaking first, from like 18 to 25.
Yeah. She served.
Right.
Hats off, man. I give her that salute, bro.
Yeah.
Because,
and dude, but she was, how impressive is it that she was going 110% back when she was 18?
Yep. And
all the way to 99.
To 99.
Never stop.
All the way. all the way.
And you know what? I'm gonna sound okay. I'm not gonna say that word. But I loved the Golden Girls.
You're not the only
Dude,
one.
the level of humor on that show was as good as any.
It was satire for real because they gave as much as they got.
Oh,
and they kept giving and
and
giving.
they played like 4 separate roles. There was different generations.
Yep.
There was different
mindsets, different
philosophies,
cultures,
yeah, and
everything.
And they threw it all together, and it was funny.
It was, man. It was.
Now,
and all of them are gone
to be
now.
fair, though, at that time I did not have cable, so
You was still in here.
no. I'm just saying that it was reruns.
So you saying you never stole cable?
Oh no, I didn't say that.
And that's what I'm saying. You said it like, no. You like you ain't never stole cable. You ain't never went out to the box and flipped it open. Took the space out and plugged yourself back.
No, I've never done that.
I have.
So
I'm gonna own up to it.
hey, so what I did was I would pay like $300 for these cards, and I would stick them into my Direct TV box.
Direct TV box. Yeah, I remember that part too.
And all of a sudden,
pirating.
no, I wasn't downloading it. I was just streaming it.
Yeah.
And so
Illegally.
I don't know.
I don't know. What are you arresting me for? I don't remember that.
I'm gonna have to plead the fifth. So, no, but my point is, I don't know if you ever did that, but they had blackouts Super Bowl Sunday where they zapped everybody's card across the entire planet during the Super Bowl. And I mean, what a swift kick in the balls. Like, you're like, parties happening.
Yeah.
Booze, food, friends. Zip. No Super Bowl.
We got caught up in that when I was in the Army in Fort Lewis. And we were going to get the Super Bowl in the barracks. And one dude had cable in the barracks. So he ran this wire down to the TV. You know, the cable company came up there during the Super Bowl and disconnected it.
During the Super Bowl.
During the Super Bowl.
Because they're letting you know.
We know what you're doing.
And we're going to screw you.
Yep. Came on base. They let him on base. He came to the barracks. Dude came to the barracks. He walked right into the day room.
I'm going to bitch about Vexus.
Oh, okay.
They were my fiber optic company, and if you're in Abilene, I want you to pay attention. So, you know,
no good.
I can't stand Suddenlink. I don't like their customer service.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think their service is what it could be for how much I was paying.
Uh-huh.
So I quit them. I went to Vexus.
Uh-huh.
Because, you know, you want to give a new guy a chance, and at the same time, you kind of want to give the middle finger back to the person that screws you on a monthly basis.
Yeah.
And so Vexus was fantastic. Same speed for like $80 less per month.
Wow.
That's a big chunk. And so I was happy as shit to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, dude, if it rained like an inch, I had no internet.
No internet.
And I was like, you know, it doesn't rain that often, so I can probably deal with it. No, I can't. Like, when it rained for 4 days straight, dude, you can't go without internet for 4 days. Seriously.
Especially with you dealing with your job. You gotta be able to connect.
I gotta be able to connect. Cigar Talk.
Yeah.
Me watching YouTube.
I'm glad you said YouTube. No.
I'm telling one more story.
Oh, God.
You know what? Cut that. Forget that. We're not even going to finish that conversation because you brought something up I got to talk about.
What's that?
Have you seen most of the shirts on the Cigar Talk swag merch?
Some, yeah.
Okay. Have you seen them all?
No.
Because I did one. It's only available in a black shirt, and it looks like the Pornhub logo. And it says cigar in white, and then it has the orangish yellow box. And in there it says stud. So cigar stud. Yeah. But it looks like the Pornhub.
Yeah.
And so, you know, whatever.
That's smooth.
Yeah. And so
I would wear that.
Okay, so listen to this. So Christmas, I go to my in-laws, my mother-in-laws, and I'm taking a bottle of Eagle Rare to my nephew as a Christmas gift because he's a novice.
Okay.
And I knew that would just, be
over the top
dude,
for him.
Nobody gave me that whenever I had only been into bourbon for a year, So anyway, though, I walk into the house because I drive up there by myself. Everybody else is already there. I walk in and I just hand him the bottle. They're at the dinner table. I'm like, Merry Christmas, brother. And I look over and my sister-in-law has got her phone and she's like pointing at something on her phone, talking to my wife. And she looks up and sees me. It's like, oh, I was showing your wife how this logo came from Pornhub.
Wow. Wow. You got snitched on.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I don't know if you know this. Are you even friends with my wife on Facebook? So she reposted my t-shirt, Cigar Stud, and said, "You're my stud."
Wow.
But she did not know that logo would look just like Pornhub. And
you got snitched.
I got snitched on.
Oh.
So, but let me tell you this. At one time, at the end of this little exchange, my sister-in-law says, "I'm sorry to be getting you into trouble."
Yeah, right.
And you know what I said?
It?
I'm not in trouble. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. It doesn't bother me.
And then I walked away.
Bye-bye. Drop the mic.
I was like, okay. I was like, you don't know about the time I sent my wife a video while she was at a Bible study.
Yes. Now that is a story.
Right. I was like, that is nothing. You fail.
And she opened it and her volume was loud and it was on speaker and all the little ladies at church looked at her like, oh.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
But you know what the funny part of that story was really was whenever I was out here smoking a cigar and I had that little aha moment when I was like, oh, she's at church.
Too late.
I texted her and said, don't open that.
Too late.
And she's like, I already opened it and I'm in the car. I'm crying. And I was like, oh.
My fault.
But to be fair,
yeah.
When my wife told that story at my family get-together, my brother took up for me and said, you opened a video from Rob at church?
True. Very true.
That's not on him. That's on you.
Because you know who you married.
So, hey, man, let's zip through right quick some of the other people who passed away in 21.
We got to do our last two.
Madden. John Madden, dude.
Desmond Tutu.
Desmond. Who were, and you know who, for me, the biggest one was?
What's that?
Norm McDonald.
Yeah. Because that came out of nowhere. To me, that came out of nowhere.
Doesn't mention to a soul that he has a dying disease and just goes out.
You know who else did that?
Who?
Chadwick Boseman, the Black Panther.
Really?
He was suffering from end-stage cancer when he did the Five Bloods, when he did the one with where he was the trumpet player. What was that one? I can't remember. But he went through 3 movies, which was Black Panther and The Endgame, and never told anybody.
Wow.
Never told anybody. But that's the same thing that Norm did. It's just like, I got a job to do. I'm gonna do my job. It has nothing to do with what I'm here for. And to me, they wanted people to see them as who they were.
You know what? You know what I say it is? It's an example worth noting.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that's the way that for everybody should do it because. I mean, if you need support,
then get it.
If you need whatever,
then get
knock yourself out.
Yeah.
But wow, to do that,
to walk out the door the way they wanted to,
right?
The way they wanted to.
And that's impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, that
takes a lot of guts, man. That takes a lot of strength.
A lot of inner strength.
Because as we know, everybody has an expiration date, but your expiration date is coming up quicker.
Right.
It's coming up quicker.
Right. I mean, it's like right now, me and you,
we don't know.
And it might be 20 years,
or it might be 20
tomorrow.
seconds. Yeah.
Right.
We don't, but they know it's coming up quicker.
You're living with the just not even thinking about it.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
Yeah, it isn't.
So, but anyway, who else?
It's a lot to me.
Charlie Daniels. I know you don't do country music, but Charlie Daniels, a legend, passed away.
Cloris Leachman, Cicely Tyson. Man, we lost a lot of people, a lot of legends in 2021.
Yeah. So, you know what I think we should do out of respect is not on the show, but we will give the information on the next show. Let's write down 10 people we think's going to die this year.
Oh, get that.
Come on, man.
No, bro.
And we'll make a wager on it.
No, bro. As Carlos was talking earlier, he said bad karma is sneaking up. You really, you skirting on that line.
I'd love to be right up on the edge.
That is past the edge.
I like to put my big toe.
You just pressed the button hell and the bus just pulled up. Woo. What about our last two sponsors, man?
That's not true.
What did you do?
When the bus pulls up, they say, "It's ready for you, Rob." Because I'm driving that bus.
Has the marker on the Rob's bus.
So, yeah, let's talk about our other two sponsors. We got McAuliffe Cigars.
McAuliffe.
And like I was talking with Julio earlier, the passport that they have, if you haven't tried it, dude, the passport is a journey that I promise you smoke through their line of cigars and that passport, you will like take 10 giant steps to become a better cigar aficionado.
Yes, you will.
It's a journey that I experienced it. I loved it.
I did too.
And I learned a lot.
Most definitely.
And
my palate was blessed because of it.
It grows. And so, I mean, dude, how much can we say about McAuliffe cigars? They 4 to 42. A blend for at least every palate.
Yes.
And at least one cigar for every palate.
Yeah.
I mean, my palate, I dig a lot of their cigars. Yeah. And so to make that journey, start off by becoming an ambassador.
First.
Look down in the show notes. They'll send you a challenge coin that has your own number on it. And you just go through that journey. And I'll tell you something else. If you are involved in the McAuliffe community, which starts with the ambassador coin, but dude, Bryant down at the Leaf has won over $1,200.
Yes, worth
That's $100 a month. That he gets to spend. Dude, they give you a spending card for whatever shop you are at that sells McAuliffe's, and you can buy whatever you want.
Yeah.
And
not just McAuliffe's, you can buy whatever you want.
Who else is doing that?
Nobody.
I mean, they are the most, I hate to say the word innovative. I mean, I think that is a great definition for them, but innovative in a way that nobody else takes care of their consumers.
They're customer centric.
Oh,
extremely.
Oh, yeah. I don't know another cigar company that knows its cigar smokers like they do.
That's correct.
I mean,
that's correct.
Who's even close?
Nobody.
Right.
Nobody.
And so there's a reason they sell good cigars that are priced undervalued.
True.
I mean, when I buy a McAuliffe stick,
stop saying that.
You don't like the word.
We want to keep them there. Don't give them an idea.
I don't want you to think that we want you to double the price on the medallia, but I would probably still smoke it. I would.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's worth it.
It is. I mean, the fact that the medallia is one of my go-to sticks, at $10, $11
is a blessing.
It's to me,
It's a
the
blessing.
Medallia allows me to smoke like 1964s whenever I feel like it.
Yeah.
And that may be 3 times in a day.
He's going after 40, folks.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So look down in the show notes. Becoming an ambassador, there's a link. You can click over there, and all you got to do is send in your left foot, and they'll sign you up. No, it's easy. Just give them
It's
you go over
very
there and you
easy.
fill out some information, and bam, you're a member, and they take care of their ambassadors.
Yep.
And then, I mean, dude, Tabanero.
Say it.
Tabanero.
Say it again.
Maseda. Dude, I mean, cigar of the year for me.
Yeah. It was your cigar.
And, you know, at $11 for my cigar of the year. And I already know, and you know what? I want you to listen to me very closely if you're that person. If you're saying that Rob went with that cigar because he's a sponsor,
That's a lie.
it's a lie.
It's a lie.
The reason he's a sponsor is because his cigar is cigar of the year.
That's correct.
You know what I mean?
That's correct.
And I'm going to tell you a little secret. I reached out to a cigar company that I saw on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, these cigars look like magic. Beautiful. I mean, like when you look at this cigar, and I was like, when I saw the picture, I was like, who the hell makes that? I want to know who makes that. So I follow the rabbit trail, and I send the company a message. And I said, are your cigars as good as they look? And you know what he said?
What's that?
I'll send you some. And I was like, because I can tell you right now, if those cigars are as good as they look, you're going to be a sponsor. And I hope that happens.
Yeah.
I haven't smoked them, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's how we get our sponsors.
Yeah.
Yonko, I sent him
Come
a
on now.
message, man.
Come on.
Good looking sick. He says, I'll send you some. He sent me some, and I was like, hey, you want to sponsor the show?
Because you have a great product.
Right.
You have a great product.
So I don't have to up talk any of our sponsors because they made me a fan before I made them a fan.
Tell the truth.
So
Tell the truth.
anyway, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this week's show.
Yes,
I
sir.
hope you enjoyed it. We are very thankful that old Julio swung by. And I guess, you know what? It's a first show of 2022.
Yes,
so again, we want to wish you a happy, successful, and healthy 2022. And if you go this year, make it a good one. Until next time,
Keep smoking.
boom.